Hello everyone, my name is Xinfu. This video is my CSC211 Honors project, completed under the guidance of Professor Azar. So what's my problem? My problem is based on conversation with several of my classmates about their experience with dropping classes. As we are all students in college, I'm sure most of us have dropped at least one course at some point during the semester. However, I was wondering what if students could get enough information before they register a course? Would that reduce the class drop rate? Therefore, I would create a platform where students can explore information about course before registering, share their experience, and learn from others' decisions. So this project's called Study Ahead. This platform can help students recognize common issue of the materials before registration, and also this platform include course summaries and suggested study strategies, and also student can view professor profiles and their teaching class history. How did I settle on this solution? First, I do some research, estimate how many students would benefit from this platform to understand the specific problem they face during course registration, and also I collect details information about all relevant course, but I use fake data for now because we trying to protect the privacy data. So also, in this data, we also include textbooks, informations, and also I would like this application be student friendly. So there's summaries for each textbook. My project uses structured filtering and lookup algorithm that matches major years course, professors, and the book, and supports reverse lookup from ISBN back to course information. This is my UML. This is too small, so maybe I can make it bigger. So there are my classes for the Study Ahead application. The project is organized into 5 main components: data model, database classes, authentication, UI layers, and main logic. First, the user, author, and login dialog classes is located here. Handling user login and sign up in main window view here. It contains all the UI widgets such as drop downs, labels, and the professor table. The data models, I only have 2. One is course info and the other one is professor info. Stored all the courses, professors, and book informations. These models are used by the course database and the professor database, but it's all read from CSV files. And at the center of the system, is main window, which connect the UI with all database and authentication. It update the display when the user select a major year course or SBN. This graph shows how each class interacts and how the application is structured in the module. Let's come back. How did you build my solution? I built it in Qt by separating my project into multiple classes for UI, data logging, and authentication logic. I use Qt wedges to for the interface, CSV file for the data I mentioned before, and the signals and slots to connect user actions to the program. For the classes, there's a multiple classes I've used. There's a one example I mentioned here, which is course database.h file. Line 7 include class information struct and class definition. For the database.cpp file, totally line from 1 to 81, constructor at the line 7 to 10, load from a CSV file at the line 21, and other starts from the line 49, just like this. Course database.h file. How did I implement inheritance? I implement inheritance in the file user author.h, which located at line 8. So as the base class. So user author also override the valid function on line 17 to 20. This demonstrates object-oriented inheritance while keeping the objects functionally won't change. In the future, this inheritance makes it easier to add new types of authentication without rewriting the whole system. For example, if I want to add Google email login or other kind of login system, I can just create a new class that inherits from the parent class. From the same parent class, it keeps the project flexible and easy to explain. So this is my inheritance user author.h. It's called user auth, and this is my inheritance author base. Exception handling in course database.cpp file, line 17. The try block begins and starts exception handling. So for on the line 71, on line 31 and line 45, there are two through. One is for if open the course database failed. The other one is multifold CSV recording course database. And then on line 56, there's a catch. They will print if the through if they have the error loading course CSV. For my input and output file, there are two examples. The first one only have input the same as which is a professor database.cpp file, the same as a course database.cpp, which located at line 13 to 20. There's only 4 CSV file to open the file by using Q file. In line 18 to 45, each row is read with Qt text stream and convert into professor information object. The second example, which is more enroll the entire input and output, which is the one on the right side. You can see on line 14 there's a file input, and then at line 18 there's a reading stream. We use Q text stream, and then next two lines, which is read the line from the CSV line by line. Then after read the line, we separate the database because this is a login. So we split username and password. It's just same as the professor database.cpp. And then if login on the line 26, if login is success, or return false if not found. On the line at line 38, it will check if the user exists or not, the password and the user's name, if it exists or not. And then at line 42nd, there's a file output. At the line 46, I use Qt stream to writing stream and append new user. What I have the challenge? First, one of the challenge I faced was the beginning. I created multiple CSV file for book information that made my Connect path more complex, because I wanted to make sure that when students select major, the book information would display accurately. But however, I realized that I was repeating information sets, because I also created a CSV file for professor with a book title. Look here, like this is a course database, and this is a professor database. So professor database include major, year, course code, professor information, book title, author names, and ISBN summaries. I used to separate this part. But I feel like it's a little bit hard to connect. Then I was thinking, maybe I can match. I can just match the book information with the professor together, because each professor only uses one materials. So why not just put them together? And I took away the feature that through OCR to scan the book cover, because it requires me to spend more time on it. However, I would love to implement later. Secondly, when I tried to implement the course data CSV file with Google Books API, I failed to create an algorithm that could link course information and professor information together. Although I successfully use APIs on the app, but when I connect everything together in my application, it didn't work. But I feel in the future I will keep working on it. For this project, I've learned first one. I think because I've shift my directions from using Google API to just change the method to implement. Therefore, I think there's always more than one way to implement code to creating a project. And second things that I've learned is how to connect and use GitHub through desktop application. I feel that's really valuable experience. And for the next step, if I could, I will implement more features, such as students can download the report and share with their classmates, or the website can also provide a materials price to compare and find a way to reduce the students' cost in college year. And also, I met at students' discussion board. It allowed them communicate with each others. For the summary box, I was involved with the AI chatbot to allow students enter any question of the materials. And if I have time, I can create a user-friendly based on the all features. And this is all my whole project. Thank you for watching.